to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Woo!
Trying to wake them up.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today, man. We down to the final four. And you know me, as you can tell, I'm very excited about this episode and the upcoming games that we're going to have on Sunday. And the games we're going to talk about from last Sunday, right? First of all, we got to talk about a game that happened yesterday, Ohio State. The Ohio State Buckeyes are now world champions, I should say, right? World champions of what? Of the college football league, right? So look, shout out to Carl CTC. He's not going to be on, but he will be doing his recap sometime this week. So make sure y'all tune into that. We got to talk about some Sunday games and Saturday games. You know, we play on Saturday for like a long time, Tomo and Dave. We got to talk about the Chiefs. Are the referees on their side? Is that the reason why they won that game? The Texans say that. We're going to talk about that. The Commanders upset the Lions. We got to talk about JD5. Is he the greatest rookie alive? Ever live, I should say. Greatest QB to ever live. All right. The Ravens. Lamar fumbled the win. Well, I should say Mark Andrews fumbled the loss, the win, whatever you want to call it. They lose to the Buffalo Bills. We got to recap that. And lastly, the Eagles, they slid through the Rams to get to the NFC Championship. But I got two of my bros with me, and we got some guests coming on the back end of the show. I got my dog, Davey Dollars, Mr. Doghouse himself. Make sure y'all check out his episode he just came out with. And we got Missy Gadansa, Tomo, co-host of In the Red Corner, right? Also aired the episode. But how y'all doing, fellas?
I'm here, Joe. I'm here.
I'm excited. I'm excited about today's show because I know it's going to be crazy. We got Commanders fans coming out the woodworks just to come on the show, man. Tom, what's going on? You said it was World War Z now? They're coming right out of nowhere. I had my stepdad calling me, telling me, man, look, we shocked the world. Everybody calling me, man. It's crazy. The thing is, I moved from D.C. to a whole nother state. Now the Commanders want to get to the NFC Championship game. I guess I should have left a long time ago, Joe.
Probably.
But, man, today's going to be a great show. Like you said, we got some guests coming on. We got some good topics. We got to talk about Ohio State beating Notre Dame. Thank goodness that they beat Notre Dame. We got to talk about the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs. And for the first time since 1991, the year me and you were born, Tomo.
No, Tomo. Wait,
I'm old.
On this way. Shout out to Detroit Lions. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. Jameer Gibbs. Go ahead.
Okay, Joe. You know what? I'm allowed to do that. That's what I'm talking about. But the year I was born, 1991, the last time the Commanders made it to the NFC Championship.
There we go.
That's crazy, man.
Who they beat, Dave? You remember?
Was it the Bills? I think y'all beat the Broncos, right?
The
Bills.
Bills.
Yeah.
Nah. Come on. We ain't doing that.
Who knows? The script has been written. But it's Tuesday, y'all. Y'all know what we do on this show, and it ain't going to change today. Let's turn up. Turn me up.
Left hand.
Up. Yeah, I'm doing it with the right hand. I know you can, but right hand for me. Sorry, Jody, do your thing.
They are here.
Tom, we want shout out to Ricky in the chat.
Another front runner. Another front runner.
Hey,
Yeah, you,
after that
Lamar.
message, I'm
I'm
like,
calling
yeah,
all
Ricky, chill,
y'all out.
Ricky.
Front running. Oh my goodness, you was gone all season. You in the boxing chat, but you know you in the R2L chat. You could have said something. You was quiet.
Lamar
until-
popped up.
Exactly. Lamar popped
Otto
out of
popped
nowhere.
up.
I'm like, where you been?
Cardo reading stuff in the NFL. I'm like, all right, bro. This is
Crazy.
Lambo posting stuff about the Cowboys and NFL chat.
Exactly.
Compared to the cup. But anyway, we excited, man. Listen, we got a great show for y'all. But look, before we dig into these topics, hey, shout out to my boy Teddy. What's up, Teddy? Shout out to the
Hermanos.
see.
says see. You don't say it. Say but yeah, so make sure y'all like this video on 3 different platforms because we got streaming on 3 different platforms: X, YouTube, and Facebook, right? Make sure you like all the videos on there, and you can follow us and subscribe on all social media platforms at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X, it's at R2L Sports. And lastly, make sure you share this video with somebody so they can come on and watch live with you, because you could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Got my boy Teddy trying to hit me with the Spanish on the first comment. Que lo que mi hermanos. All right. Left hand up. Who are we? The commander. Shout out to Ricky, right? It's Ty fault. You right. Ty be talking. Ty be talking a lot. Same old commanders. Like a same old Ravens than me. I'm just saying, But anyways, call's not for you. All right, that was for Ty. But last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
I told you, no matter what, Joe gonna find a way to throw a shot somewhere. He going.
I was trying to be cool today, Dave. But he reminded me what Ty said. So
Joe like one of them battle rappers. You be like, man, he good, man. He don't be saying too much in the face off. Then the battle started, and you just be dissing out of nowhere.
Slow it down. I just dissed you.
All I'm gonna say is, look, y'all getting a slight preview of what to expect on Unfazed, because on Unfazed, right after this, at 9:00, we got the NFC Championship actual face-off. We're gonna have Joe representing the Commanders, as you can see with the hat there, and then we have AJ representing the Eagles. So if you really want to see the pre-show and the recap, I'm telling you, it's gonna be very, very entertaining, man. I already see what's gonna happen here. But we talking about division foes and me being squirrel watching my rest of my NFC East brothers go out there and have fun in the playoffs. OHIO, we found a way. The Ohio State, because Carl somewhere saying, I can hear Carl voice every time I want to say Ohio. You say, no, the Ohio State wins the NCAA. Well, let's just say the Natty. And for those who know, it's the NCAA National Championship. They defeated the Notre Dame.
Fighting Irish. Thank God.
And we ain't talking about Drake freestyle. 34-23 last night. And man, they closed the book on the 2024 season. This is their first win since first national championship since 2014. And that game all the way up until late looks like a cruise control for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Dave, you was doing a celebration. So what happened there, man?
Ohio State, the better team, won pretty much. The first drive for Notre Dame was actually crazy, but you could tell that it took a toll on Riley Leonard because he ran the ball 9 times in that first drive, and they drove down the field. They took 9 minutes of the game, but after that, Ohio State just took over. It took over. Ohio State scored on every drive after that, pretty much. And then, second half, it got a little close to where it started going good. Shout out to what's the wide receiver's name? Jaden Greathouse for Notre Dame. He had 6 catches for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had the two key touchdowns that they needed in the second half to get them back into the game to where they was close, But Ohio State was the better team, man. Ohio State has had a great season so far this year. They beat 5 highly ranked teams this year. They beat number 3 Penn State by 7 points. They beat Texas by 14 points. They beat Indiana by 23 points, beat Notre Dame by 11, beat Tennessee by 25. So this team was just phenomenal. And shout out to was it Quinshon Jenkins? Yeah, Quinshon Jenkins, sorry. In that title game, he had 3 touchdowns, 113 touches for 121 total yards. He balled out. And then Jeremiah Smith, a guy that University of Miami was highly going after. Had we had Cam Ward that committed earlier in the commitment last season, maybe he would be with Miami. But he is a monster. If you saw what he did in high school, he was pretty much phenomenal. Then he won 3 high school championships in Florida for Chaminade, and he was amazing. It was so much that they had to pretty much double and triple team him last night, and you've seen that throughout the college football playoffs, and it's just crazy, man. How good this team is, and then Will Howard, his NFL comp is Mason Rudolph, but he played like a really good quarterback in that game last night. So it was a really hard fought battle between both teams. Fighting Irish had a good season. Even though I'm a University of Miami fan, I don't like Notre Dame, but I'm going to talk about what they did well, and they had a great season so far. Their head coach was the first Black head coach to make it to the national championship game. So to be very proud of, something to be very happy about. It's their first college football title appearance since 2012. Most wins in the season in program history. His 3rd straight winning season, and then they won the Sugar Bowl and Orange Bowl this season in order to get to the college football championship. So even though they lost, they did have a great season so far. But Ohio State was the better team, man. It was a great game in the end because it looked like it was going to be a blowout, but it was a great game in the end. And I'm glad I didn't turn my phone off to watch it.
Look at technology. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, so like they said, the game. When you watch the game, Notre Dame gets the ball first. They score, but they converting on multiple 4th downs. Like they said, it was kind of like it was a long-winded, hard-fought 7 points they earned, right? And then Ohio State comes out and scores. Like, okay, cool. And then they stop Notre Dame. Then Ohio State comes out and score. It's like then you look at the score is 21-7. It's like, dang. Then they get the ball at the half. And I said in the chat before they even talk about the locker room, like normally at the halftime, they got the sideline reporter after the first play, give you an update what the coach talked about. Before she even got to that, they were already within the 10-yard line. Then they scored again. So we all in the chat like, man, it's over. And then Notre Dame, man, that fighting Irish, right? They came back. They fought. It shows you the culture they have. They didn't just lay down and get blown out because Ohio State, stacked team. Most people who like probably 90+%, I'm assuming, probably thought Ohio State was going to win this game. Unless you were a Notre Dame fan or you just don't, or a Michigan fan, you probably picked Notre Dame, right? But everybody else, everybody knew Ohio State was a better team and they should win this game. But Ohio State had a weird year. All right, going to the season, we know that they had all the talent. They played against Oregon. That was a back-and-forth game. Literally went down to the last snap. Oregon went by 1 point. But then Oregon became the number 1 seed because Texas couldn't beat Daggone Georgia twice. But anyways, so they become the number 1 seed. And then right before the tournament, right before the playoffs, Ohio State lose to Michigan. And Michigan has been like average all year. So when Ohio State loses to Michigan, everybody's like, oh man, here we go. They overrated. Everybody was worried. But then in the playoffs, they play Oregon again and beat them 42-21, destroy Oregon. Once that game happened, everybody's like, all right, Ohio State's going to win. So shout out to them. They deserve it. They were the better team, best team, literally this year.
And to add to what you were saying about the Michigan game, they got bullied in that game too. So the fact that they got bullied by Michigan and they were like 20.5 point favorites in that game, and Ohio came out and looked like that was bad. And then to enter the playoffs, and then you have it like this, and then to go up against some of the teams that they beat. Now, of course, the one game that I'm going to point out, Joe, I know this one probably hurts you, is the one against Texas, because it's like, well, you would have thought that Texas would have made some plays. However, again, it's just like another team we're going to talk about later. Once you get in the dance, all that stuff you did in the regular season, sometimes it don't matter. If you get hot and the other team don't make the right plays, then boom. And it's another team that probably, and them being from the Big Ten, you know, I didn't pick them to win either. I didn't want them to win, but I also know Notre Dame was on a magical carpet ride as well.
Sure.
So it's just like at some point the run has to stop. And luckily for them, it stopped with an actual appearance in the championship game. Some people could lose right before, and then it's just like, well, was it all worth it? And we'll talk about that a little bit later with another team too. So again, I agree with my brothers that the better team did won. Notre Dame definitely has a bright future here because seeing that coach getting the exposure and going through what they actually went through with because I think their game started, they were a part of that whole thing in New Orleans. Remember, they were around there when the terrorist situation happened, so they had to play the next day, and then they had to go, and then that actually might have sparked the run a little bit because the team banded together through that. And a lot of people getting that exposure made you say, hey, you know what? I want to go to Notre Dame and make some plays. It is what it is. But to me, and the way they fought back, because again, I told you Ohio State looked like they was on cruise control. You really thought this game was just going to be over. You could have cut it off and said, hey, wake up in the next day and be like, wait, they got 21 points? What other touchdowns come from? When this happened, this game?
Conversions too. I was
like, what is going on here? But hey, that's just the woes of football too as well. You can never cut the game off because you never know what's gonna happen with 3 and outs, turnovers, anything can happen, and the game could just be in your favor. But shout out to Ohio State Buckeyes for winning it, and let's see what happens next year.
Hey, real quick, Dave, before you respond, Notre Dame, they beat Georgia and they beat Penn State just to get here. That's kudos to him for that. And Blaze, your comment, MSU will never, long as I live. Ohio State beat MSU 38-7.
Oh my God.
Hey, Carl, I didn't say nothing, Carl.
Georgia had to do that. So Texas actually opens up next season as the favorites to win the national championship. But Ryan Day got $1 million bonus for that. Another thing that was great for Notre Dame is they made $20 million in the college football playoffs payout. So that goes to their school by itself because they're not a part of a conference; they're an independent school. So that's great for their program that their football has to gain $20 million and they can use that for more for their team instead of it going to a whole conference. So that's really good for them. And Ohio State have now the second most championships in the AP poll era, which started in 1936. Alabama has 14. Ohio State has 9, with Notre Dame and USC right behind them with 8.
Rudy.
Notre Dame, the good old days for Notre Dame people.
Man.
Yeah, that ain't happened long.
And the Cowboys, they got all them Super Bowls. It was a long time ago. When last time Notre Dame?
You said it right.
I'm sorry, Tomo. I could have said the 49ers too, though. I could have said the 49ers.
Yeah, but you did.
You know what I mean? We got 3. It's a long time. Hey, when the last time Notre Dame won a natty? It's been a minute, right?
I gotta check that up. I gotta look that up because I don't know. I don't remember.
Carl, I just want you to know I didn't take
last time they won was in.
That's all I'm saying.
2. Oh no, they got it. It's 88.
What? Nah, that's not right.
Hold on, where you at?
1924.
No, Dave. That's the first one.
1949. My bad.
What?
No, wait.
No, that can't be true.
I'll say, hold, Dave.
My bad. I'm sorry. I keep looking at it right. It was 1988. That's the last time. 1988.
Yeah, 88. Y'all, 88.
It was with Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz was the head coach.
They said 1929.
No, I was like, what, they winning 8 in a row?
No, 1988.
All right, well, I mean, that's still bad. Sheesh.
Hey, I know why you said 91 though, Carl. I know why you said 91, but go ahead, Tomo.
Yeah, they beat West Virginia 34-21 in the Fiesta Bowl.
This is gonna be the longest 2 weeks of my life.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Nah, it's gonna be 2.
And the whole off season.
I can deal with the all season if it ends this weekend. Either way, it is gonna be the longest 4 weeks of my life because one of y'all gotta make it.
Exactly. You gotta hear from one of them during that whole entire week. Yeah. And if Mahomes is in the Super Bowl, then I don't know.
If Mahomes is in the Super Bowl, I'm banking on Mahomes because he got some. He dropping the checks. he got some
That's
refs on
true.
his side. You know,
That's
like some
true.
people are saying he got the refs on his side. Some of these,
I'm
some of
saying if
these
he did, I
flops.
don't know. I'm saying if he did, I don't know if
Like that, Tomo.
I don't know if I'm rooting for him to win that game. That's all I'm
I
saying.
understand. You sound like I don't know if you seen the post where they was asking Patriots fans who do you want to actually root for to make it to the Super Bowl? Do you want the Chiefs or the Patriots? And it's kind of like the Chiefs or the Bills. And it's like as a Patriots fan, I hate the Bills, but I also don't want to see Mahomes do it.
Keep winning.
You know what I mean? Like they feel like us a little bit. So I ain't
That's
mad.
right to Brady.
Man, it sucks to be a fan of one of those teams right now, but if your team is still in it, it's kind of nice. But also, it's the Texas area right now, man. It's cold down there. They're getting another blizzard, and now they got to deal with coming back home, seeing that they lost to the Chiefs 23-14. When some people would say they had a chance to make it, but that late hit call helped the Chiefs get that 8 points to secure the victory. And now they're all like, well, they're in the press conferences. You all seen what Joe Mixon said. You all seen what Coach came out and said. He almost slipped up and got that fine, but he's like, just us versus everyone. So I'm glad he did that. But you still gonna get that FedEx, my boy, because you called out the officials. So the real question, and we have to answer it here, was were the refs the main reason why the Chiefs won that game? Joe?
Nah, I never the one to blame the refs unless you're the New Orleans Saints in the playoffs and your DB just tackled the receiver, you know. But outside of that, man, if it's not like the refs ain't do that. But I gotta say that those were some bad calls. Like, you know, especially that first one, the illegal hit on Mahomes by I think it's Will Anderson. That was a momentum changer because that was on third down. They
Bruh,
got off the field, and then when he did that, and they got points off. They got points off both turnovers. Sorry, off both penalties.
Yeah.
And then you might want to blame the rest because the Texans had more yards, more passing yards, more rushing yards, more yards per play, more first downs, better on third down, more plays. They ran 15 more plays than them, right? And they had no turnovers, and they won the time of possession. But they still lost by, what was that, 11? Lost by 11, by 9. And the reason why they lost is kind of what me and Carl talked about, how the first time they played, I mentioned on the last R2S show on Friday, they will move the ball downfield, but they just weren't finishing drives. There were multiple times when they got to midfield and they stall out. The first time they got to the 46-yard line. It was first down on the 46-yard line, Chiefs 46-yard line. They ended up taking a sack on fourth down, and that was like 4th and 20. So it's like even if you wanted to go for it, you're not going to do it because you took a sack. So now they got to settle for a punt. Then they attempted a 55-yard field goal. I know it's a long field goal, but hey, every point matters, right? They missed a 55-yard field goal. Then another instance, they got to the Kansas City Chiefs 40-yard line, 1st and 10. They ended up with 4th and 10 on the 40-yard line. They got no yards on first down, second down, third down. They went for it and went 4 and out. Not 4 and out, but turnover on downs. So you can't have wasted drives like that. If you're going to move the ball, you got to capitalize with some points, you know? So now the penalties did hurt them, but it wasn't the reason why they won. They lost that game.
You know why they lost that game?
Wow.
Texas offensive line. Stroud got sacked 8 times that game, and the blitzes was coming from everywhere. That offense, and then I think what was it, Mixon? He was the only one that actually scored a touchdown. The special teams for the Texans was also terrible. Like you talk about the 55-yard miss, but then you got to also think about the field goal that was blocked. It was a field goal that was blocked also, and I think they gave up a return. I can't recall that one. But
they give up, the first one, the opening kick.
I think, yep. So special teams, your offensive line was terrible, but your defense was one of the main key factors that was keeping you in the game. Now that call, and I understand why a lot of people are upset about it, because he was literally running around, and then when he slid to give himself up, they didn't even touch him. Like you can see they actually hit each other. Like that was the wild part. But for the referees, I can give them their names, but I'm gonna give them to you, Dave, so you could put them in the doghouse. I got the names of the referees from the game because it was just like, here we go yet again. And then this adds to the mystique of why a lot of people say they don't want to go up to Arrowhead, and then you got to play them. But it's funny that this the parallel universes between the Chiefs and the Patriots is getting crazier because you got the quarterback, tight end, you got the head coach, and now you got the referee situation. Not saying that the Chiefs, they don't got the Spygate thing, but a lot of people say Brady used to get these same calls where it was just like, man, you can't touch Brady, or here you go. So the parallel universes between these two teams is insane. But I don't think the refs were the only reason why. Because again, after that call, they got the 8 points. You still got the ball back. So it was still trying to make plays to make something happen, and you just couldn't do it because your offensive line was terrible. So I would say it was part of the reason, but the refs weren't the main reason why they lost. Go ahead, Dave.
Man, them refs getting paid by the Chiefs. I don't care what nobody say. They getting paid. They are getting paid. Nah, all serious, no. That's everything you said, Tom, was pretty much the same thing I was gonna say. And that offensive line didn't help CJ Stroud at all, but CJ Stroud also didn't help himself sometimes. There were times where he held the ball too much, and when he got time, and he was sacked. You can also say that he was still missing to his weapons. Okay, everybody right now has someone injured on the team that they're missing. So I want to make sure that no one uses that as an excuse, because that's not an excuse that's acceptable at this point at this point in time. The Chiefs, those two calls on Patrick Mahomes were bad. The one by Will Anderson and the other one that you were talking about, Tomo, both of those calls were bad. Because they were, especially the one that Joe mentioned, because that was a stop for the defense, and they were playing really good. This Texans defense is why they are where they are right now, for real, because their defense has been the most consistent almost all season long. They've had a few mishaps here and there, and that's going to happen because your defense is not going to be perfect every single game. But in games where they've been needed, this defense has shown up, especially in a situation like this. Right? When you plan against a team like Mahomes, you want to make sure that you don't make mistakes. You got to play your perfect game. And this defense pretty much played close to perfect as what they need to do to be able to just to keep their team in the game. But the offense just could not do much. They really couldn't run the ball that much. They got a few good passes here and there, but it wasn't consistent. And the protection was just bad. I think some of the play calls was bad too. I'm not sure what Bobby Slowick was doing as playing for this game, but some of the calls just didn't make sense. Some of the offensive calls and some of the plays that he made just didn't make sense. And the Chiefs just took advantage of it. They got it's a good field goal position, which they got in good field position to put them in opportunities to score early. Like you said, I think that kickoff return was like a 65-yard kickoff return that happened at the beginning of the game. And I'm like, all right, well, you're pretty much giving them the okay to go ahead and go win the game. It's early. Game just started.
Right.
But I mean, that's what happens. You have to play close to perfect when you're playing against a team like the Chiefs. And as long as they got Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce just kept getting open. Like that's his biggest weapon. That's his best offensive weapon. And you continue to let him get open. Like, that's the only thing that confused me about the defense today. Every single time when you knew that Travis Kelce was going to get the ball, he was wide open. And like Joe said, in the middle of the field, like, he's going to go right there. You should have someone right there checking him, or just have some kind of coverage to where you make sure he don't get open. You let everyone else beat you. Let Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, let those guys beat you. You don't let Travis Kelce get hot.
No.
Yeah. But like, I do want to give CJ props. He uses his legs a lot more to move the sticks. He had 6 scrambles for 42 yards, and a lot of that was him just moving the sticks. And you got to do that, man, so you can become a threat. Like, people got to be able to, when they got to contain that, that's an extra guy you don't have to worry about in the passing lanes, right? And I'm not going to, I know you said a patient in the cheeks. The reason why it seemed like that, because they winning. The winning teams get the benefit of the doubt with the referees. I'm telling you, bro. When we play the Lions, bro, they called a false start on us when they were clearly offsides. And then they called a face mask on us when he grabbed his shoulder pad. It happens. Here's the difference, though.
He touched his face mask.
No, he didn't. The difference is you gotta capitalize on the listen. I'm like, you gotta overcome the penalties. That's the difference. You gotta overcome the penalty. The Texans did not overcome the penalty. The Eagles get calls, right? They get calls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all get calls when y'all play the Lions in the playoffs, right, Tomo? Y'all get calls. Green Bay got calls when they play y'all, right?
Joe.
So
What we
I'm
doing?
sorry to bring up old news. I'm sorry to open up a new one. I'm sorry. I mean an old one. My bad. I'm sorry. I know you had it stitched up and all that. My bad. But my whole thing is, you gotta overcome it. You gotta go into the. They said we go into the game. It's us against the Chiefs. So why are you complaining? You knew that going to the game. So when it happens, overcome it. And they did not. They kept stalling out on drives. So I'm not gonna blame the ref because I'm going to this Eagles game expecting that too. But guess what? As long as I got JD5, I'm alive. But go ahead, y'all.
Shout out to Patrick
They
Mahomes
got
and the
nothing to do
Chiefs.
with JD.
You see what he did though. I see what's going on,
Had to
man.
throw it in there. Oh my god.
But shout out to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, man. They never lost the divisional round of the playoffs. The Texans still have never won the divisional round of the playoffs. And also Mahomes, Kelsey, and Andy Reid become the fourth coach in NFL history to win 300 career wins. So shout out to them, man. So you're right. It's the winning. That's why the parallel universes are like, man, it just keeps happening. But we got to move on to another game that happened this weekend. It was a lot of snow up here in the northeastern region. And one of the games brought an LA team out. And some people would say for the record, but this really wasn't for the record. But for the record, he could have got the record. But they chose not to get the record because he broke another record by running the same play on LA for the game. What was a game-ending touchdown? Like Saquon, boy, that boy is different. The difference makers. That's what we just gonna call this playoffs, man. Difference makers, because every difference maker that was on the team made a difference at some point in the game in these playoffs, and he sure did with that 78-yard touchdown run in the snow. Saquon secured the deal 28-22 to now take the Eagles to the NFC Championship game for the second time in 3 years. And we could do a recap of the game. I can give you all the analysis that I can, but it was snowing. Like it was literally snowing out there. And the fact that you couldn't see something at times, like it would be a blizzard, then it would be clear, it would be a blizzard, then it would be clear. And the LA Rams, what is it? Matt Stafford, they say he 1-8 in actual snow games, and now he's 1-9 and contemplating retirement after that one. To even have this game look as competitive as it was between both teams, I got to give my hats off to both of them because, again, the Rams are more of a passing finesse type of offense. And the fact that they were still trying to find ways to run the ball and outside, I think Kyron Williams, he fumbled at one point, and that gave the Eagles twice. And that gave the Eagles a little bit more of the momentum because, again, what does AJ and we always hear in the chat? It's the playoffs at the link. We ain't losing. You can't give them that motivation when you at the link. And then the fumble got the crowd right back in it. And Jared Verse, man, he definitely owned up. He lived up to it. He talked trash about the fans. He said the fans are terrible. They proved them right. And he still was making plays all night. Shout out to Kellen Moore for calling that passing play on second down. All you had to do was just run the clock out. Yes, I'm going to get my shots in too, Joe. But from all the other players, shout out to Slay for making big plays on Puka Nacua when he needed to. And also when the Rams looked like they were going to go down and try to tie the game, shout out to Jalen Carter from rookie season all the way up until now. I think there's players in the league where they have one team that they're like, look, I'm going to just get my numbers on. I don't care when we play them, what's going on, I'm going to get my numbers. And the Rams have been that team for Jalen Carter because I think his rookie season, he kind of was starting up and down. And then he went off against the Rams. And every time he plays the Rams, he looks like a Hall of Famer. And that third down sack that got them down in the red, when the Rams was down in the red zone, that kind of saved the day because Matt Stafford was hot. He was hot. He was putting the ball right where it needed to be. Then the one pass where he threw, I think that was Cooper Kupp, was right over the shoulder. I was like,
that was Puka on the right side. That was on Darius play.
I know. I was like, do you see the ball placement? Like, that was the pass. Who did the Eagles play last week? Who was they playing? Who did they play last week?
Oh, the Packers. Oh, yeah, Tomo.
Love needed to
Yeah.
make. That was
Yeah.
it. It was the exact same pass, and it was on the exact same corner. And I was looking like, bruh, that's how you throw that pass. Like that was it. You got to put it over the shoulder so he can make it happen. Bro, that game was entertaining. I'm gonna give you this one, man. Every game that's happened this playoffs has been entertaining. But hats off to Vic Fangio. Well, it's been entertaining. It's been entertaining. You can't make that face. Even though Jordan Love and them didn't look good, it was still entertaining for some people. But hats off to Vic Fangio for having that defense prepared. Hats off to Saquon Barkley for making the plays when it was time to make plays. And for the Rams, there's gonna be a lot of questions that need answers this offseason. Dave?
Yep. And I'm glad that they aren't going to be the same thing next season because they're in my division. They're in my division. But the Rams have two of the most prolific wide receivers in the NFL, and Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Puka Nacua came out of nowhere last year, and then this year he just added right onto it. Even with the injuries for both players, they both played phenomenal this season. They both played great. And Matthew Stafford, with everything that's going on with him, he's contemplating retirement. He don't know. Cooper Kupp might be on a trade. He might be traded this offseason. We don't know what's going to happen with him. But, man, the Eagles definitely just the better team won a game. It's the same thing. Better team won a game, and Saquon went off at the right time. And the crazy thing is Saquon has had the most 60-plus yard gains against the Rams out of any team in NFL history. I think he has 646. I think it's either 4 or 6. I can't remember the number.
60.
60-plus yard rushes against
4 against the Rams. Oh, 4 against the Rams. But
4 against the Rams and 6 total this season, and 4 against the Rams. That's crazy. That means that your team clearly can't stop him if he got 4 against you. So the game plan for the Eagles was let Saquon do his thing. That's pretty much all they needed to do. Because I know some people are going to say, Jalen Hurts got hurt and everything like that. How's he going to look next week? Don't matter. The thing is they won a game. And A.J. Brown didn't have a game that you thought he would have. But the defense stepped up when they needed to. Like you said, that third down sack was key. The interception by Darius Slay was key because they tested Slay. Slay was like, look, I'm still Slay. Thank you. I'm going to take that one. And then the one that for the Quinyon Mitchell, even though he's injured, we don't know what his status is going to be, but he got an interception as well. And then Cooper DeJean almost had an interception in that last drive against the Rams. Luckily, he dropped it, but that would have been another interception right there. Matthew Stafford has been known to be a prolific quarterback as far as his arm strength and sometimes the type of throws that he makes, but he's also been known as a turnover machine. He was that in Detroit when he was with the Lions. He was known for that, and that does not go away. That's pretty much who you are. He's at a point in his career where he is who he is. He's already a Super Bowl champion. He just won a few seasons ago with the Rams, and now his career might be over, but. That was a really, really good. That was a really good game in the snow to watch that because it definitely went down to the wire. Rams went all the way down the field, and then Jalen Carter just made the play that needed to be played. The play that needed to be made, and now we're here.
Yeah, Stafford, he had 0 interceptions this game. He had 0 interceptions, but he did have a fumble though. And Carter, that was the key to this game to me: turnovers. And Saquon, literally, Saquon was everything for the Eagles. I mean, this man had 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, and it came down to a sack at the end of the game from win the game in the red zone. Think about that. That's crazy. So, but Matthew Stafford, though, man, I told Carl that, this is a stat out that he doesn't do good in the cold. That boy was throwing passes behind guys all night. Like, I get it. He made some good throws down the stretch and all that stuff. But there were a lot of times when he was, like, inaccurate. It's so inaccurate. And I know it's snowing. And they play in L.A. So, but he was in Detroit in the Dome. So it's a difference. So, I got to get the Eagles credit, though. They capitalized on the turnovers. Well, they didn't capitalize on. I think they capitalized on both turnovers, right? They fast Saquon. Saquon had 26 rushes. That was a dumb call on second down trying to throw the ball when your quarterback is already hurt with a knee injury. So now you have no chance to move the sticks to seal the game. And you're only up by 6. So like a touchdown would have won the game. Like what the heck? But like you said, Tomo, Jalen Carter got that sack on 3rd down, and it was murder she wrote. And then what I didn't like about the Rams, they settled for a penalty on 4th down. Instead of Matthew Stafford actually throwing the ball to Puka, he threw it out of bounds, hoping for a penalty. So you don't do that when it's your season's on the line. You don't do that. You don't depend on the rest, especially when you don't play against a better team. We just talked about this. That was clearly a hold, but sometimes when you're not the better team, you won't get the whistle. You can't depend on that stuff. So,
snowing.
But
they couldn't see it. The
they got green going. Like they saw the green. They got dark green going in the snow. They saw that. They saw that. So all I know is let's celebrate. Go ahead, Philly, but we'll see y'all Sunday. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, man. I think it was Fred Smoot that said, "Look, man, you gotta wear the same color gloves as the opposing team's jersey. So if you got on white gloves, you can get away with more stuff. And it's snowing. That's all I'm saying.
True.
So we gonna move forward because we got a couple guests backstage. I know my man wasn't here for the college topic, but he said he was gonna be here on Tuesday. He said he was gonna make it his thing to be here on Tuesday. We gotta bring up CTC Carl.
I got you.
All right.
Oh, we got okay.
He's here, y'all. He
here.
I'm here. I don't.
Yep.
All right. Tom, I'm gonna fix it. You fix something out on that side.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, we can
hear you.
We got you.
You can say what's up. I mean, or you can say, or you can act like you hardball right now. With the play calling was happening. Some of the things. I'm just doing this for Chris because Chris ain't here, so I'm gonna say it for Chris because he said it in their panel that it's gonna come down to coaching. And so
that wasn't no damn coaching. Knock it off.
Hey! I'm doing the intros here, man.
I'm gonna stop you. It wasn't coaching.
This might be in the chat.
Coaches keep getting blamed for turnovers. Like you can't. That's not coaching.
Josh Allen scores 2 touchdowns as the Bills forced 3 turnovers to beat the Ravens 27-25, and the Bills reached the AFC title game. This is another appearance where a lot of people are having a lot of questions about what happens with that. There you go. So a lot of people are having about as far as with the Ravens. Again, some people say coaching, some people say Lamar. If you go to X, we already know how they feel about Mark Andrews. But Carl, you are here to clear the record.
Oh, there's no question. Okay, cool.
It's a recap, man. This is your moment.
How much blame Lamar get? I was fine. Go ahead. That's been a question all day.
So
honestly, yeah.
This is coming from a guy who was ready to put the whole game on Lamar Jackson. First half, I'm like, bro, Lamar, I can't defend you. I can't defend it. You've got 2 uncharacteristic turnovers. Well, I'll take that back. The pick not really uncharacteristic. I seen Lamar do that in the regular season against the Steelers. They'd be like, what are you doing? And I didn't see him do it a couple games in the regular season too. So that's not uncharacteristic. The fumble, I want to call that uncharacteristic too, but like this is what you get with Lamar. Lamar tried to make a play, and this time it just blew up in our face. I mean, the only thing I can say about it is you knew he was off the ground, put 2 hands over the football, because that's what I think he was trying to do. I think what I'm thinking was he was trying to use the football to stay up to get out the tackle and run. But like, bruh, that play's dead. Just cover the football and go to the ground. Just live the fight another down. We in field goal range. Just live the fight for another down because it flipped the field. Literally, it took us obviously not having the ball in field goal range and put them in field goal range, which they eventually scored a touchdown on, but. Can't really blame the defense there. Lamar put him in a bad spot. That's just ignorance from an ignorant fan, but we're going to keep it pushing. But then the second half happens, and defense forces 3 and out, or maybe we have 3 and out. We get a field goal. Go down, get a field goal. Cool, we down 1 score. Defense gets the ball back again, and I got to give Mark Andrews credit here. We get a first down off 2 Mark Andrews completions, and we run the ball down their throat, and we score a touchdown. Now, Matt Milano makes a great play. He I can't remember who it was. I think it was likely wide open on the 2-point conversion. Milano knocks it down. He doesn't engage with the old lineman. He backs up, gets in the passing lane, knocks it down. Down 2. Cool. We hold the Bills to a field goal. It is the 4th quarter. We are moving with ease. We hit Mark Andrews over the middle. And I say this not for Mark Andrews. I say this for all tight ends. You're a tight end. Run somebody over. Put your shoulder down and run somebody over. What are you doing trying to backstab like you're a receiver? Got the ball punched out. Fumble. They go down and get 3 points. Now, great job on the goal line by our defense because we forced them to 3, 3rd and 2. They ran with Josh Allen. We blew it up. Tavius Robinson made plays all night. Second-year player out of Ole Miss. Made plays all night. But then we go down and Lamar needs a money drive. Rashad Bateman gets hurt. And he goes down with ease and scores a touchdown. And this is with Tylan Wallace, Nelson Aguilar, Isaiah Likely, and Mark Andrews. He goes down and scores with ease. And then the Ravens say, you know what? You just fumbled. But here's a chance to redeem yourself. Here's a chance to make all that go away. We coming to you to tie the game. And he drops it. Now, I know everybody's saying, well, Lamar had 2 turnovers. He never had it in the game. He does uncharacteristic stuff in the playoffs. You know who else does uncharacteristic stuff in the playoffs? Mark Andrews. What if I told you that Mark Andrews has 8 drops in the playoffs? What if I told you Mark Andrews never fumbled since 2019 and fumbled in the 4th quarter with the game in the balance? These are all uncharacteristic things either, but it gets shrugged to the side because Lamar is the quarterback. Cool. Now, to answer your question, where do I put the blame? I got to go 60% Lamar because the 2 turnovers did put us in a hole. But 40% Mark Andrews. Remember the first Bills game, all I kept saying was the team was making mistakes in the first half. But everybody told me, but Carl, the second half in the 3rd quarter, Lamar threw the pick 6. Forget all those first half mistakes. It means nothing. The second half is where it matters most. That's what I was told. But now since Lamar made his mistakes in the first half, but in the 4th quarter, literally the last 2 drives, we lose out on points because Mark Andrews fumbles, and then he drops the ball to tie it. Now everybody like, but those first half turnovers, though. It's like, make your mind up. Which one is it? Is it the first half don't matter? The second half does? Because in this case, you would have to flip it, but I'm not going to do that. Or does it matter? And then in that case, I have a point with the first game against the Bills. But like I said, I'm going to go 60-40, 60 Lamar, 40 Mark. I can't give no blame to the defense. Defense ball. They did their thing. Yeah, we was leaky against the run in the first half, but overall, they did their thing. But I got to go 60-40 Lamar, 60 Mark Andrews, 40. It hurts that we had a chance to tie the game. And I'm not saying that we win it there or we automatically go to OT because Josh Allen gets the ball with a minute 30. Who knows what he does? But what I am saying is there is a chance that we put that game in Josh Allen's hands and he turns the ball over. There is that chance. There is a chance that we stop them and go into OT, get ball first, score a touchdown. And those are all chances. I'm not saying we automatically win. I don't care because I am depressed. I don't care. But see, that's the thing. That doesn't hurt me. I care. I never got the insult of, oh, he's mad his team lost. Yeah. What am I supposed to be? Happy? Duh. That was never an insult to me. I'm sorry that y'all know who I'm referring to. Y'all know y'all team suck. So any good y'all get, y'all happy for it. And so when the bad happen, y'all don't care because y'all already know your team's trash. Sorry, that's not me. But
emotional damage.
So like I said, bro, I'm not saying we automatically win that game and Mark Andrews catches the ball, but he doesn't even give us a chance to see what happens.
Perfect design play too.
And I'm saying people like Chris Sims, oh, he threw a bad pass. It hit him in the gut.
Nah, he could have caught that.
It was perfect. He
hit him in the gut. Where else you want that ball?
And he fell into the corner of the pylon. Like he literally was right. It was perfect.
He put it in the spot only where he could catch it.
Yeah, it
hit him in the wrong spot. His damn hands.
Yeah, nah. And everything you said, Carl, was why in the NFL chat I had your back as far as defending it because I knew what you was going through. But I was like, there's no way I can just sit up here and let somebody say this is 99 to 100% all on Lamar. So nah, I'm with you on that one because he redeemed himself with the touchdown.
Yeah, I had to do some Lamar defending as well, but that can wait until Friday show.
I'm not, bro. I have multiple messages of why we ignore who that started that, and then you see he flipped sides in 24 hours, bro.
I'm not.
Shit, we passed it. I'm talking
about the other one. I'm talking about the other one.
I don't know what the other one was, bro. I just told you I wanted to play NCAA. I wasn't lying. Went online and played NCAA.
I like how you gave Lamar more because he's a quarterback, but I like that fair share, 60-40. Because Mark Andrews, the game was right there. Not the game, but to continue it. Catch that.
Man, and you never know what Josh Allen going to do now. Josh Allen might have threw a pick because now it's tied. The pressure's on.
I'm with you. I was watching games with some people, and it was like, Josh Allen it's too much time on the clock. I'm like, bro, he might throw an interception.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
acting like he gonna go out there and
No,
win
they
it. Like,
don't.
I mean, he probably could. Though.
We only gave up 6 points in the second half, and 3 of those points came off the Mark Andrews fumble.
Facts.
yeah, nah. I mean, I'm just glad you came on here to clear the air, man, because you know Ravens Twitter has been up in an uproar. You know, people have been saying a lot about a lot, and I'm glad you came on here to get your grievances off, man. Rain, sleet, or snow, Ravens
Hey,
gonna show
man,
up.
I'm here for wins. I'm gonna be here for the losses, man. I told y'all, I'm gonna face the music. Can't say that
Dang,
for
Carl, this is y'all year, bro. I'm sorry.
But I said, man. I said, look, I've never felt the like I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. Y'all know I rode back from my mom's house an hour drive back home.
Dang.
I dead had feelings
Just
of
listen to
crashing
sad
out.
music.
I'm dead serious. I had feelings of
What?
crashing out. I've never thought I'd get to this point. Last year, I'm lying. I'm not lying to y'all. Last year, I wasn't that hurt because Joe knows I called us losing in the preseason. I said, bro, for some reason, we're going to lose to the Chiefs at home in the AFC Championship. Don't know what it is yet, but it's going to be something I can't explain. And that happened. So I'm like, all right, that doesn't hurt as much because I saw it coming. This I didn't see coming. I thought we would beat the Bills. I thought we would not handily, but we did handily. Like, if you watch the game, we should have handily won that game. We had 3 turnovers, but yet had a chance to tie it with 1:33 left. That shows that we should have dominated that game. So for us to lose it, that hurt. And like you said, I thought this was our year. I did. Lamar has been playing the best football he's ever had. We finally had a running back. Rashad Bateman did exactly what I said he would do. He stepped up. Likely tight end 1, and it's not because just the Mark Andrews dropped, but he has to be tight end 1 because we have to keep him. Like, his contract is coming soon, and he's going to want to be great. So we're going to have to make him tight end 1. And Mark Andrews ain't getting no younger. So, but yeah, I don't want to say better luck next year, but it obviously ain't this year.
I'm just waiting for the updated picture.
Look, Peyton Manning didn't win his first 7 years. Him and Lamar Jackson got the same record, man.
Okay, Carl. I mean,
that was my favorite quarterback before Lamar. So
look, you still got some hope, man. It's.
I said it in the chat though. I said, man, if you gotta take the Peyton Manning route, I'm cool with it. I don't care, Brad. Y'all know how I feel about he's so great, so he got to win it early. But that rarely happens.
Yeah.
I mean, just that his peers are getting there at least. That's the problem. Except for Josh Allen, you know. But like, you got Hurts made it, Burrow made it.
That's Mahomes.
But you know how you felt about Burrow making it. Did he?
No, I'm saying that's why people putting pressure on Lamar because of that. Yeah, it's not like y'all didn't have a good defense. Y'all always had a really good defense.
No. This one hurts.
But I do want to, like, you know, it was requested, so we gotta show the people at home the updated photo. You know, it's called.
Who wearing a Bills T-shirt? Oh no, who requested that?
Oh, you never seen that?
The fake Bills fan requested that.
No, I just did it.
I just did that.
Oh, hold on.
You ain't see? You didn't see this?
See that boom box?
Here's an updated photo.
Time out. So, could we do that for P. Manning and Brady? Because P. Manning got a better record against Brady in the playoffs. I'm just saying.
That's true.
That's true. So
I'm requesting to get that removed.
Joe, I'll ask you this in our last words because we got one more topic to go. But I gotta ask you, like, what goes into your thought process when you're putting these together? You can answer that on the last words because we got 2 more guests coming up. But I gotta understand, like, why I'm down there looking like one of the 4 tops. Why I gotta be down there like that? What's going on here?
I'm good with. Hey, look, even though I'm upset that we not in the playoffs, I'm good with my picture. I got the boom box. You know how I feel about being the DJ. I'm good.
Yeah, nah, we'll talk about that later. But Carl, let's get your last words, man. Appreciate you coming on here, man.
All right, final words. Appreciate y'all for having me. Even though I just had to let it out. I'm mostly over it. I know I'm gonna think about this like a month or 2 later and be like, dang, we really blew it. But MSU, I got MSU to hold on to. Y'all currently 16-2, haven't lost since November 26th, 8th in the country. We play Rutgers this Saturday at Madison Square Garden. Should be a fun matchup to watch. Dylan Harper, y'all know that's who I think the number 1 pick in the draft should be, depending on who's picking first. You know the lotto. I know if anything, the lotto can screw you over.
You are right there.
We got Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey versus Jaden Akins, Jace Richardson, the son of Jason Richardson, and the boys Jeremy Fears. So I'm excited for that Saturday. You got my show, CTC, Carl Talking College, which I will have a Saturday morning show going over the games to look out for Saturday in college basketball. I will have a Dog of the Week short for Saturday as well. South Carolina takes on Florida, which Florida is also flaming hot. And South Carolina is yet to win a game in the SEC play. So if we could please pull off the upset in Colonial Life Arena, that'd be cool to see tomorrow. Ravens, I can't say it was a great season. I don't want to say it was a failure because Lamar showed me things, a lot of things. It was some good to take out of the season. I'm going to say it was average to the Ravens standard because the AFC divisional round is not enough. But I'm not going to say it was a failure because I've seen a lot from this team. So I've seen some things that we could take away. That's all I got for y'all, man.
Get up. Oh, good.
All right, Carl. Appreciate you, man.
All right, Carl.
All right, man.
Dang. Feel bad for
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I feel like I was like, I should go back for Carl.
Man. I
ain't gonna lie, bro.
I feel like my team lost and we ain't even did nothing since that got hurt. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to put your glasses on, man. Back there turned up, man. So we're gonna take another trip down the Parkway because as one team exits, another team breaks generational curses and they enter the NFC championships. So we've been cracking a lot of jokes. A lot of things haven't happened since 1991. I mean, 12 wins, NFC championship game. Rookie out here just doing rookie things. I mean, Joe, I got to give it to you. I like the recap that you put up, man. The real was going crazy. You know, greatest rookie of all time. You started this run. As far as this team making it this far, the next two guests that we have coming up, we have a new guest coming up, but one of the guests kind of called this after week 6. Yeah, so I gotta give him his props there. I gotta give it to him. He said the expectations have changed and they have shifted, and they've been living up to him ever since he did that. But Mark's a fan favorite on here, but we have another guest that made a special request. Okay. And it's funny that we're doing this because the title, I had to do this because Joe, you started this one as well. Daniels in the Lion Den. You went up to Detroit, rookie, said the number 1 team against the number 1 seed. Jaden Daniels stuns the top seed. What you talking about? The number 1 rookie. He was the number 1 rookie this year.
Wow. I know. Lions number 1 team this year? Dang, I didn't know that. It didn't look like it, but go ahead.
45-31 to reach the NFC Championship game. And we're going to bring up our next two guests, Joe. Let me get the layout. You got the layout ready? We're going to get the chip going. So we got Mark and my good man, Cam. Welcome, fellas. Welcome.
What's going on, man? I had to put the buffs on. You know.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Solid.
Got Mark, got Cam Moore. What's up, Cam?
Nothing much, man. It's good to see y'all, man. It's been a while.
He came out the cut, Cam.
Yeah, man. It's good to see y'all, man. How y'all
doing? Contagious.
What's up, Cam?
So Dave, we're gonna do this, Dave. We're gonna move Joe next to his fans.
There we go. Yep.
We're gonna make sure there you go. We're gonna move you over there because Couch Bandits gotta stick together.
Women is contagious. You sure you want your area?
That's why y'all winning.
You gotta keep the people under 500 on that side.
Exactly.
That was the only one. Only one. I ain't doing it no more. That was
for the next 15 to 20 minutes. We're gonna let the Commanders fans have their moment. I'm gonna introduce this word already. He definitely did, but it's all good. As you all know, you all shocked the world Saturday, 45-31. Rookie did not look like a rookie at all. I don't even know why they call him a rookie anymore because everybody on ESPN say he played like a 40-year vet. Like that's how he is right now. With the most opportunistic defense in the NFL right now. I mean, Commanders versus Lions. Let's get your recap, man. I'm gonna start off with you, Cam, because this is your first time on here, man.
And I want to say that I thank y'all for having me on the show first and foremost.
Tomo, you know where we stand. I feel the hateration bleeding through the airways right now. The subliminal message is kind of killing me right now.
It's all good.
Thank y'all so much for having me on. It's a blessing to be here. Oh man, Jaden Daniels really kind of tearing it up right now. If I'm being honest, when I'm watching it, it was interesting how they had Tom Brady and him talking. I might want to call him the Black Brady or something because it's like this guy, man. I'm telling you, this guy right here. I mean, when it comes to him and Tom Brady have a different type of persona, but when you see the poise that he has, he talks. When he talks, there's just something different about him. There's an expectation that Jaden Daniels has that other people don't have. When they make the field goal, you see his persona. He expects to win. When he makes the Hail Mary, he expects to win. And they play as if they expect to win. If I was also to add something too, I might put Dan Quinn as best coach of the decade. And what I mean by, and the reason why I say this, first, when I saw what he did with Dallas, y'all kicked him to the curb. I'm not gonna make any analogy how y'all kicked him to the curb. He was riding with y'all. Y'all just got him out of the car real quick.
Ejectocito, cuz.
I'm telling you, and what they've been able to do in Washington with a supreme star, in Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn, they've been able to connect, the philosophy that they have along with a superstar. Jaden Daniels has these expectations to win, but Dan Quinn and the entire staff really has come to play. We can even see that on fourth downs. I haven't recognized a team that comes in and says, we're not going to kick a field goal. And one might consider, they're not going to kick field goals because the field goal kicker might miss. They're saying we're not going to kick field goals because we have the best, probably top player in the NFL. He's young, he's bold, he's brave. This young brother can really go mano a mano with almost anybody. It sells itself. And Jaden Daniels is that guy. I believe he is the best rookie to ever do it right now. I mean, you can see it. And reason being, you got Randy Moss, stellar numbers. You got so many people that have stellar numbers. When we consider the team that we have a lot of no-name guys. I mean, these guys were guys that were on the peak of leaving the team and probably out of the NFL, you guys. We got somebody in De'Ami Brown who we're considering, man, this guy might need to be out of here. And this guy stepped up with the help of Jaden Daniels. I was also asking myself, is he better than RG3? I didn't know week 5, week 6. But as you consider, see what he has, RG3 had Santana Moss. He had Pierre Garçon.
Mm-hmm.
We have one name guy, probably Zach Ertz on the back end of his career. And what we're seeing Jaden Daniels doing right now, he's resurrecting careers. This joke is resurrecting careers, and he's got a superstar in Terry McLaurin that's blessed to have him. And so I'll just add to get my brother an opportunity to speak. Jaden Daniels has put himself in position to be the best rookie, but also potentially be in the MVP race due to the fact that he has poise, he has character. I think he got God too. And what I'm telling you, got the Holy Spirit working with him because the things that he's been able to do this year, we haven't seen before. And with the team he has, they just formed this team in 1 year, and these guys are right now in the NFC East Championship. So I'm excited to see what Jaden Daniels has.
Before any one of y'all go, you said coach of the decade?
Listen. I'm jumping out here, but when we
even coaches,
listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm not taking away anything from Andy Reid, and I might say newcomer of the decade or however you want to spin it. Don't mix my words up. But when you take a team that has been down and out for 20, well, I'm 33, you guys. I've never seen an NFC championship, never. So you take a organization. You take a team that has had 11, 12, 13. I remember Tony Banks. You guys don't remember Tony Banks. I'm talking about, I remember Jason Campbell, Mark Brunell. I remember these guys. I remember sitting up at 8 years old, 10 years old. I'm telling you. I remember these times of us not winning for 1 year to happen. And we got a coach who comes in and takes a rookie. I do it to you. I'm telling you, he takes a rookie, you guys. Puts a stellar system around him. And then this is how you know they believe in this guy. When fourth down comes, they don't even fret. We got the best one. I've never seen that boldness with Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. It's seldom that people will go for it on fourth down. We're missing fourth down as if it's just another down. That's how much they have in this guy. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying boldness. I'm saying just ferocity in such a way that, the league hasn't seen this in a long time. This coaching style, this
this organization style and also this play by this young brother and Jane Daniels. So yeah, that's my 2 cents right there.
Go ahead, Mark.
Go ahead, Mark.
I don't know what to say. You know, you follow that up, you know. Yeah, like he was saying. I mean, everything he's saying that me and Joe has been telling y'all the whole season. It shouldn't be new to nobody ears out here in R2L streets. It shouldn't be new. I know I said a lot of things during the all season, then I said a lot of things during the season. But like he said, he didn't see it week 6, week 5. I saw it around week 6. I really did. I know we do have, like you said, we have an opportunistic defense, but we are ranked number 18. All the other starting quarterbacks that won a playoff game that was a rookie, their defense was either first, second, or third. All 4 of them. So that right there puts JD5 in the class all by himself. The first rookie to have 300 total yards in 2 playoff games with 0 turnovers.
On the road?
On the road against the number 1 seed? Come on, man. That's just it's like how much better can he be? Or how good is the Commanders really? How good can the Commanders really be? Because right now, this is the first season that, like, you know, of a so-called rebuild. That's what you're supposed to be having, like a soft rebuild, you know, Jerry Jones words. But like this was supposed to be in year 1. We're not supposed to be right here right now. And I know I had us at 11 wins at the beginning of the season, but that's because I looked at the schedule and who we played and everything like that. But they even surpassed my expectations. We could talk about the game all day. Everyone saw it was on prime time. Again, you know, they do the JD5, put them on prime time so the world can see them. And, you know, and that's what he do. It's like when, like I said it last week, when the game is on the line, you put the ball in his hands. You know, like when the game is on the line, you rather have JD5, you know? So, I mean, sorry to the Baltimore Ravens, you know, sorry to the Bucks. Sorry to the, you know, the teams that lost, you know, but it is what it is. You know, we got to play the Eagles on Sunday evening. It's not the night game this time. So I guess we get to play before it start actually snowing for real in Philadelphia. But, yeah, man, I don't like, there's so many records I could say right now. We ain't got enough time, you know, and that was only just them 2 playoff games. But that's, you know, for now, you got it, Joe.
Before you go, Joe, whoever's posting from the Next Level Convo show, could you remove me from that logo while you talking about left hand up? Like, I'm not associated with that nonsense. I just want to let y'all know. Go ahead, Joe.
Man. Hey, man, look, I'm not going to say much. Come let my guy speak, you know. But shout out to you, Mark. I posted a reel earlier today, back in October. Mark said, we going to make it, we Super Bowl a bus. Mm-hmm. I got a video too. When Tomo called Mark out, he was like, well, you know, Mark said we Super Bowl a bus, and he played the audio on online, and Mark said he owned it. He said, yeah, Super Bowl a bus. I'm like, all right, Mark. And look where we are now. Yeah. You know, 1 game away from the Super Bowl. Cameron, Mark, can y'all believe that? 1 more game from the Super Bowl? I mean, like Cam said, I'm 34. You know, I was 1 when they went to Super Bowl. I don't remember what happened. You know, I was in some diapers probably. I was walking around watching Lion King. Lion King even come out yet. It was crazy. So the best year of my life as a Commander fan was RG3 rookie year. That was the most opportunistic season in my life. I remember that season. I still think, I always say this, if RG3 never got hurt, we would have beat the Seahawks. Who's up 14-0 in the first quarter. But this dude better. RG3 had his limitations. We knew he was running out of the pistol. Like he said, he had Paragon got signed. He had Santana Moss, legend. He had Alpha Morris, who had 1,600 rushing yards. But JD5, y'all know up until last game on our win streak, we haven't ran the ball well since the Titans game. We haven't ran the ball well. But we got JD5. And like he said, with the coaching staff around him, Adam Peters cooking up, you know, looking like Ski Mask Howie, you know, got rid of Jahan Dawson, got Zacchaeus, who was a castaway from the Eagles, and look at how he looking. De'Ami Brown, like he said about the road out, look how he looking. Zach Ertz ain't know where to go, and look how he looking. So, shout out to the Commanders, man. Go ahead, y'all. I'm done.
You know what frustrates Tomo? You know what frustrates him? Cowboy fans are the most delusional fans in the world. I mean, the Cowboys win one game. They are on Pennsylvania Avenue marching as if it's the inauguration. I'm telling you. So that's how we going to the Super Bowl. And they talking about the Super Bowl 2 years from now. They're gonna win this year's Super Bowl and the next year's Super Bowl after one game. Mark, I appreciate you, brother, because what you did, you took something we call in school called deductive reasoning. You broke it down, you look at the information, and you made an informed decision based upon what you saw. You gave it time. Week 6, week 5, you gave it enough time. Tomo, on the other hand, this brother was working with a bit of delusion. And that's what happens with these Cowboy fans, Mark. They frustrate you, and you say, man, where you from again? They say, well, I'm from Washington, D.C., and they tell you with boldness, D.C. means Dallas Cowboys. I thought we all learned how to read and write in elementary school. See, it gets crazy for the Dallas Cowboy fans, Mark. I don't understand them. I'm a homebred brother. But man, Tomo's my brother. I love him dearly, so I'm always messing with him. But listen, I really think that this year is special, and it's going to be special for the Commanders. And I believe this game with Philly is going to be a game that's really going to show their character. Even if when you watch the interviews, I respect so much that's going on. If y'all don't remember when Odell and Shepard got together, these jokers with no shirts on, taking pictures, looking cool. Every time you hear about the Commanders, they're saying, man, we're taking it one game at a time. And that's my philosophy in life. It's just one game at a time. We're going to seize the moment. We hear, and guess when they talk to JD5, he's not amused or amazed about what they've done because he's put the work in.
Yep.
When you put the work in, Tommy Newberry wrote a book says success is not an accident.
There it is.
So it's not an accident. That's why he's not overzealous or so high on what he's doing, because he expects to win. And when you got the right team in the right position in the right place and you're the right person, you're going to kill it. And that's what JD5 is doing. So I'm not surprised when they go to the Super Bowl. I'm not surprised if they play Kansas City and beat them badly, due to the fact that they have a team and also a coaching staff really that we've never seen before. These people got faith. And I'll say this last. I got to say this last thing, Mark. You know that this coaching staff is different. Brian Robinson, what did he do for the last 3 games?
Fumble.
What did he do?
He had a good game in his mind,
before the Detroit game, what did he do?
Nothing.
Why did they roll with him? Because they're loyal.
Okay. Yeah.
The kicker, why they continue to roll with him? Because they're loyal. They could have easily got Odell and these other wide receivers in through the waiver wire, that the guys that dropped off, but Noah Brown dropped off, got injured. Why did they keep their receiving core that was dropping passes in the season? Because they were loyal. And when you got a team that sticks with your people, it only shows for a strength and a strong organization. So I'm excited for what the Commanders is doing. They're giving us philosophy we've never seen before.
He got everything right. There's not much
No,
more.
he didn't.
He got everything right.
Didn't.
Even when even down to Dallas, he got everything right. Even when it comes down to Dallas.
Attack me.
The delusion every year with Dallas fans. The same thing. He's right. It's a delusion. We call Decorius Delulu, but we got to start calling Kato and Tomo delusional, because every single year it's the same thing. They always, we're going to be number one in the division. We're going to beat the Eagles. We're going to do this. No. Y'all bet.
Do we not beat the Eagles?
Huh?
Do we not beat the Eagles?
No,
do we not? We didn't have that.
Where does Tomo get the shades from?
No, y'all calling me delusional. I don't understand where y'all getting the delusion from. Yeah. Like, I don't understand.
It's not Tomo, you're not the delusional one. It's just the Cowboys.
Cam was calling him delusional, so that's why
it's the Cowboys in general, like all the fans. So I guess you are included in that.
Tomo is one of the most he is one of the most understanding Cowboy fans.
Yes,
he's a real honesty. I'm picking on Tomo, but he's one of the most realistic Cowboy fans that I know.
Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. Tomo delusional. Too. I don't care. You know what?
I just want to say one thing. Look, Mark, I understand what you're saying, but hey, Mark, I want, and for everybody that's watching right now, when y'all come on here, bro, why everybody attacking me though? Like,
And I
they
ain't
come
say
on here and
nothing
they
about
find
the
a reason
49ers, right? Nothing about the
and
49ers.
attack me though.
I don't know what they're
You know
gonna do
I'm
next
saying?
year. They gonna still have the same coach?
Hey, real quick,
Yes, we are.
Cam touched on something that's very important of the success of the team is the mindset of the coaching staff and the mindset of Jaden Daniels. You don't usually see rookies this poised, not just in pressure as far as like in the moments of the big games. We're talking about this in the simple press conferences. You know, like I remember when he had his rib injury, they interviewed him. He was calm. You know what I mean? Like in the post-game interviews, he's calm after the win. Y'all saw his reaction after we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Looked at cuz, dapped them up. We gotta talk to the media. All right, cool. And this the book Cam was talking about. Success Not Accident. It's one of my favorite books. You know, because it's not. You can't just wake up and say, you know what? I'm gonna be in the NFC Championship game. They always ask him. He said, I put the work in. He a key card holder. You know what that mean, right? He's there early. First one in, last one out. You know, and he got the little VR system. Watch everybody start copying my man after that now. He got the little VR he works on, all that stuff. But we got one. Sometimes people say, I ain't gonna put him in the top 5 because he's only a rookie. He different because what's up here? Y'all saw Brady when he was talking to Brady the whole time. Brady like, dang, he one of them ones. He one of them ones. So make sure I caught the book by Tommy Newberry. And Tommy Newberry, you better sponsor us too.
All right. Congratulations on getting here. This was definitely a phenomenal season by the Washington Commanders this year. Not many people, well, I'm not gonna say no one in the media predicted y'all would be in this position. Let's just be honest about it. First time I have it since 1991, the year I was born. It's been a long time coming. And we saw the changes coming as soon as Daniel Snyder got out the building. Got new ownership that came in here. You had people like Ben Johnson said, I don't trust it because it's more of a basketball culture.
Get him out of here. Go to Chicago.
Now look at what happened. You faced Ben Johnson in the divisional round, and you bounced him up out of there. They put up 31 points, but you put up 45. So you pretty much, and Joe was in the chat like, man, I want us to get 50. I want us to get 50. So you had that going on. So I want to congratulate y'all first. Mark, you, who we've all called delusional multiple times before.
He still is.
My man end up being right this time. I'm just
you got it. You got it right this year. Y'all got more wins than what you expected. You got 12 wins this year, and you guys are in position to be in the Super Bowl. Something that you said since week 6. So
last year.
But I do have something I have to. We have to relax on comparing someone to Tom Brady. We got to relax on that. I understand what you're saying about his poise, and he is very poised, and he has an advantage. And I'm not saying that it's an unfair advantage, but he has an advantage because of what he was taught in college at LSU, having the VR and making the game easier for him. Not saying that he has an advantage more than anyone else, but it helped his game a lot more. So he's not your typical rookie. He's not 22 years old. He's not 21. He came into the league 24 years old. He was a fifth-year senior last year with LSU, so he had plenty of playing time. And you've seen that this year. This year he's played in pressure situations. He don't look pressured. He looked like okay, this is just another moment for me. I've been in this position before. I can handle it. It's nothing. It's almost as if he's reading the same book that y'all are talking about. Jaden Daniels has proven that one player can make a big difference. And that one player is your quarterback. He came in and changed everything. Remember, in the beginning of the season, you had people figuring out, is he going to give Terry McLaurin the ball? Because Terry McLaurin wasn't getting fed. Next thing you know, Terry McLaurin's getting fed. And what happens again? Terry McLaurin has another 1,000-yard season this year with Jaden Daniels as his quarterback. And he's had some career moments with Jaden Daniels being there. And then you can't really say that you have a number one kind of a running back or phenomenal running back, but you got Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler, and they both contributed this year. And then, you traded away Jahan Dawson to the Eagles, and people was like, why would you trade within your division? Why would you trade him there? It didn't matter. You didn't really have a number 2 wide receiver, and then De'Ami Brown steps up in the 2 biggest games in the playoffs when you needed him to. So that's great. But just be relaxed on calling him top 5 because, again, it's one season. We haven't named anyone to be a top 5 quarterback at any time after one season. You have to do it multiple times. Cam, you got to do it 3 times for it to be for real. So let's hold off on it. I understand that you're Commander fans and Jay Daniels is phenomenal. He's having a great season. The greatest rookie I've seen in history that I've seen with my 2 eyes that I've seen. He better than Andrew Luck, better than RG3, better than Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud. I don't care who you name. He's had the best rookie season I've ever seen. But he has to do it again. It has to happen more than once. I understand his situation is different, but it has to happen again.
Real quick, I gotta go some real quick. I want to say something real quick. I want to ask you a question. For the panel. First, I want to make a statement. Don't compare him to Brady. I'm not gonna go that far, but how old was Brady when he won a Super Bowl first time? 24. How old Jaden? Okay, but who are the people that we don't push to the top 5 after 1 year? Give me an example. Give me one person.
Let's see. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson after 1 season wasn't put in the top 5.
You talking about us or you talking about the media? You talking about us? You talking about us?
Y'all and the media all together.
I'll be okay putting him on top 5 because he won MVP. His first year, his first full year. Give me somebody else.
You said after 1 year?
After 1 year.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. All right. Yeah.
You said we didn't.
Jalen Hurts was all pro that year, but did he have a run with Jalen? Did he have a run like what Jaden Daniels is doing?
He went to the Super Bowl. What you mean?
Hey,
number 1 defense.
What did he do in those 2 games?
He went to the Super Bowl.
Did he do what Jaden Daniels is doing?
He had the
way to the Super Bowl.
He had the numbers, and he beat better teams than
What
Jaden
numbers
Daniels
he
did
had?
this year.
What
He
numbers
beat better teams. He beat better teams. He beat more playoff teams than y'all did that year.
What did he do in the playoffs?
He didn't do much.
That's
I'm
my
talking about
point.
the entire season. You're talking about just the playoffs. I'm talking about the entire season.
No. I said his run to the Super Bowl. That's what I said. My whole point is Jaden Daniels. You have to consider it because who's 5th? Think about it. You got Lamar, Burrow,
Josh Allen,
and Mahomes. Who's 5th?
And I have to ask, to be totally honest. So my comparison with Brady was more about his poise and his ability to score.
And I understand that. So I'm fine with that. But saying that he's the next Brady or a young Tom Brady, you gotta.
I don't think it's nothing wrong. You can't get mad when people foresee something. You might say I don't agree. Mark will see the Super Bowl. Y'all called him crazy. Look what happened.
I'm ain't there yet.
You got
it yet, but even if we lose. This was like literally 1 game away. He don't look crazy.
We said that this was gonna be a great season, even after y'all lost the first playoff game, because no one expected y'all to be here. This don't change nothing.
You said what? No, this is what y'all said. I'm talking about Mark. Nobody expected us to get this far.
Okay, look, no one expected y'all to even get to the playoffs, and y'all got here.
It's my whole point. It's my whole point with the top 5. Right now, bro, it's only 4 quarterbacks that are in the top 5. The 5th spot. Like you really going to next season, you ranking quarterback, you gonna put Matthew Stafford over JD5 after we saw this year? Are you gonna put Jalen Hurts over him?
He's done it more times than he has. Yes, I'm gonna put other quarterbacks ahead of him right now.
What we're considering.
I'm not gonna put Jaden. I'm not putting Jaden. I'm fair for every quarterback. I'm not putting no one nowhere after 1 phenomenal season.
And that's
I'm
fair.
Not doing that.
Well,
you gotta do it more than once.
If you won the Super Bowl,
I like Jaden Daniels, and I think Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback, and I think he
gotta make exceptions, man. This thing is we in red air right now,
and I think he could be awesome. But he has
to red air right now. I'm just saying.
All I'm asking
you, if you won the Super Bowl his first year, you got to consider putting the top 5.
Joe, other than
you,
people were saying that CJ Stroud was going to be the next best thing, and they said that he had potential to be Andrew and Love, and they said that both of them had the potential to be in top 5. And look what happened to them this year.
Jordan Love didn't look like this though.
I'm gonna ask you, Dave, real quick.
Stroud looks similar to this. Maybe
Dave,
not running, but it wasn't
as clutch as poison
last season. Joe, the way that CJ Stroud played at the end of last season and the way that they blew out the Browns in the first playoff game, people was like, you know what? He next up. Then they improved this team, and look at what happened this year. He had another playoff win, but then that's he got another loss. What I'm saying is, we have to see it again. Is that not fair to say that we need to see it again?
I think it's
fair. Before anybody say anything else, because in the AFC, how many quarterbacks actually went to the AFC Championship? Like in the last 10 years, 2, right? maybe three.
Three.
Maybe
Because Burrow
three.
went. You got
No,
Burrow.
But
it's Tom Brady,
it's
Mahomes, and
16
He
Burrow.
said to the
teams in
AFC
that
Championship game.
conference.
He ain't say
Oh,
he ain't
Yeah, he
say
said AFC
he ain't
Championship
say
game.
Super Bowl. He said AFC Championship game. You got Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen,
Josh
Joe
Allen.
Burrow.
Joe Burrow, Tom
That's it.
Brady.
The top 5.
That's it.
But you said 2. Like there's only 2 of them. No, it's been
Yeah.
multiple quarterbacks that went to
It
the
hasn't.
I'm
AFC
asking
Championship
you.
No,
game.
my point
I'm
is
asking
that
you
like
though. I'm
go
asking
ahead.
you, Dave. Give right now. Give me 3 quarterbacks that you would trust in fourth quarter more than JD5.
No, name 5. He ain't top 5 right now.
That I would trust.
That you would trust before JD5.
And you can't put Lamar up there.
Or name 5 quarterbacks.
Deliver, bro. You can't say
Name
that.
5
No.
quarterbacks you would take on your team before Jaden Daniels. That's serious.
I narrowed it down to the fourth quarter because that's when you got that's the pressure's on. You got to come through. We got all these quarterbacks, all these stats, and all these things happening. Give me the quarterbacks. I want to hear from you.
But
based on the season, I don't have 5 people that I will pick up.
That's how much you believe. That's how much you believe, and that's how much you've seen. A 17 or 19 games, you've seen enough to say I cannot trust these guys who have been in the league for 6 years, 5 years, 4 years over a guy who's been here 1 year. And what you are saying right now is that this guy is so clutch. He is so clutch that I cannot take anybody over him.
And because of the rule,
maybe Josh Allen.
And look, because of the rule, you're like, I can't put on top 5 because there's a rule I can't break. But your instincts wants to say he's top 5. You just told us that there's not 5 quarterbacks you would take over him, but because it's a rule that says we can't do it for 1 year, I gotta abide by the rules.
Off his clutchness, is there 5 quarterbacks that you're going to take over him? No, because he's been one of the most, if not the most clutch quarterback this season. But
So
again, we're talking about one
just this season.
5 years.
I don't know, Dave. We could have named 4 of them though.
Oh, okay, Dave. This is my last question. I gotta go, y'all. Really. So where can he be? Only 1 year gets you where to the max? Is he at least top 10?
Yeah.
So why can't he be top 5 if he's top 10? That's what I don't get. How can he be top 5 if he's not top 10?
Because top 5 is saying like these are the upper echelon guys. These are the guys that have done it time and time and time again. You expect these guys to be in this position every single season. That's top 5. Those guys are the guys that we named. Those top 4 guys, we can clearly say that we expect them to be there. We don't have other than there are only 2 quarterbacks in the last 3 or 4 years that have been to the NFC Championship game twice. That's Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts. Name another quarterback in the NFC that has been in that position.
So name another quarterback had a better team.
The only other one that has been there once.
Matthew Stafford, because he had a squad. He had a squad. JD had the worst team in any NFC title game in the last how many years?
Exactly. That's the big thing.
LeBron
James was able to take a team.
They won't recognize that.
All right, Cam. All right, Mark. Tomo, Dave, hold it down for us.
Dave, LeBron. What makes LeBron special is he was able to take a team that wasn't supposed to go to the championship.
But but what year was that? Was that year 1 or that was years later? That wasn't year 1. That wasn't his rookie season.
I'm just making the point.
I get your point. Yeah, but LeBron also had a career during that time. He didn't have just one season that you saw. He had a career during that time. He did it for multiple seasons.
Right now,
and we've seen LeBron take someone to the finals that wasn't that good multiple times. So that's a different conversation. This is the first time Jay Dennis has been in this position. We got to see what he does next year, and then the year after that to say, all right, you got it. Like, come on, y'all. We don't do this to nobody else. I understand you Commanders fans, but name another time someone had a great year, and you say, you know what, he's one of the top 5 best players in the league.
You keep saying that, but it's not the same thing.
You don't do that.
You can't say that because it's not the same thing. You can't say name another time. Bro, name another time a rookie made it to the NFC Championship with a bottom 15 defense.
Lamar Jackson's first season, he won. First season starting the 4 year, he won MVP. He was still not considered top 5.
He wasn't a rookie.
Doesn't matter. It was his first year started.
My man is a rookie. He's a rookie. Name another rookie that made it to this plateau. Name another rookie that did that with the team that he has with a bottom 15 defense. Who? It's not even top 15. We're under 15. Name another rookie that did that. It's rare air. No one's done this before. We've never seen this. Like Joe said, you're sticking to your rule, but you're not like considering like, oh yeah, he do got his
I'm
defense is
considering
number
all of
18.
that. I'm
He is
considering all of that.
he is
I'm considering
responsible
all
for
of that.
89% of the
We
offense.
never look before
What
CJ
rookie
Stroud
does
did before CJ Stroud did what he did last year. We didn't see no one do what he did last year,
Who?
and it's the same thing now.
It's not the same thing.
It is. CJ Stroud went on a run at the end of the season to where he was in the MVP conversation. Was he or was he not? Tomo, was CJ Stroud or was he not in the MVP conversation last season?
Was he in the
Wasn't he
AFC
in the
Championship
MVP
last year?
conversation? Okay, this year wasn't
Was he in the AFC
wasn't
Championship?
He was not. He was
Okay. Different. It's
Look,
not the same.
I'm giving that's one more game. If he makes it to the Super Bowl and he wins it,
variable is Dave.
Okay.
I'm not what I am not saying that JD5 is top 5. I'm not saying that. Reason is I do agree with that you got to prove it.
Thank you.
I understand that. I'm with that. However, I was specifically talking about my comparison in his poise. But I will say that what JD5 has done is putting him in, like my man Mark to use his word, rare air. He's beat the number 1 NFC team in the league, and they were 15-2. They were stomping people like we're playing college football. I mean, it's like catch you in the alley, dog you up real quick, get in the scuffle, and I'm just leaving you there to dry. That's how bad Detroit was beating people. They came in, thought they were going to beat the Commanders, and JD5 had something else for them. And the reason why the team is playing in the way they are, offense and defense, is because they have somebody special that we've never seen. Even his style of play. We have never seen this style of play before in our lives, where he runs the ball in such a way that the defense's aggression is thrown off.
It has to change.
They become undisciplined. Their defense becomes so scatterbrained around trying to get to JD5 because he's so poised. Not just emotionally poised, but he plays poised. So he goes out of bounds. You can recognize on 2nd and 10. I mean, it was second down, they were down by the goal line. JD5 could have cut through a defender, score a touchdown. He ran out of bounds. He recognized I can score a touchdown when I need to, and he does it every time. So we've never seen this level of clutch, Dave. We've never seen this level of clutch since where? Mahomes, Brady, maybe Josh Allen, and Tom. I said Tom Brady. Who have we seen this level of clutch from? Either we say this is incidental, or we say this guy is in fact special. Thus, I gave him a cool nickname, Black Brady. Something fun to think about when he actually becomes super great. That's all I'm saying, Dave.
We can say it's been a special season. We don't call a person a special player until they do it multiple times.
What?
It's not going to be no different
Go ahead, Tom.
from one player. Everyone that's been special has done something multiple times. They have never done it just one time.
When you see somebody, Randy Moss, when we saw Randy Moss come out the gate, we said he was special.
And he did it, and he did it multiple times.
When we first saw him, not the second year, when we first saw Moss come out the gate, we said he is going to be a Hall of Famer. What is different when we see Junior say, when we see these top tier players, this is a future Hall of Famer immediately, not second year. We immediately this in the draft. Here we have a future Hall of Famer. It's no doubt.
And they'll always be right. They're not always right with that.
So the standard that you're
making,
this
is another thing. I'm not saying that. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm not saying that he does not have Hall of Fame potential. I'm not saying that he does not have superstar potential. I'm not saying that he doesn't have potential to be top 5. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is let's hold off until we see it again. That's it.
Okay. I just like to put my bets down a little early. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's cool. I'm cool.
I understand that you're saying that. What I'm saying is, this is the first time this has happened. No, so I mean, we never put somebody in the first year, even first 2 years, in top 5. We don't do that. I'm a advocate of that because I was pushing it with Jalen Hurts. I am an advocate of it.
Mm-hmm.
But this here is something we've never seen, but it's different. We've never seen
this before, though, Mark.
Where's that?
Who? He's
the 5th quarterback that's a rookie to make it to the conference championship.
You
said we never seen that. Wait. Because this is why I was quiet the whole time. I was letting y'all kill Dave for his take, but I was like, wait, you added a caveat when you said this is rare air. We've never seen a rookie quarterback do this with a defense that wasn't top. So when Dave said what he said, how can Dave not have a caveat, but you have one? It can't be rare air if it's been done before. You try to throw in your caveat as far as saying your defense wasn't top 5 or top 10.
Okay,
but
what
we've
about
seen
being
it for other
responsible for
times?
80% of the offense?
But we've seen a rookie get to the conference.
What rookie
I just
was
named
responsible for 80%
Brock
of the
Purdy
offense?
did. No. See, you throwing in caveat.
I'm not throwing the cat. I'm telling you,
are.
you can see it's a difference.
Yeah, when Brock
Purdy,
Mark. Go ahead. When Brock Purdy, go ahead, Tomo.
If the statement is we've never seen a rookie take his team to this place before, that's the bold statement right there. We've seen it 4 times. Then when we
just saw it,
you
like
move
you
the
said, we just
goalpost
saw
by
it 2
saying,
years ago
well,
with
it
my
wasn't
quarterback.
80% of the offense. Oh no, they didn't have a deep. That's moving the goalpost, Mark. You can't make a statement. We answer it, then you're like, well, no, it wasn't 80% of the offense, so we haven't seen that. No.
Yeah, okay. Like I was, because yes, we've seen a rookie go to the NFC Championship before, or AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen it like this.
There you go.
It's the same statement. You never seen it like this.
This is not the same statement.
You wasn't
different.
Listen,
that statement different.
You wasn't calling you wasn't calling those rookies the best quarterback, the best rookie quarterback ever. You wasn't calling them rookie quarterbacks that. They didn't have to do anything. They all had the top 1, 2, or 3 defense. Every last one of them. You've never seen them have to do this and be responsible for this much of the offense. The run game be this bad, and the offense still end up scoring 35 plus points.
Now, see, this is where all of these debates can actually we can close the subject on this one, is because it's kind of what Cam is saying. He's a special player. Yes, he's a special player. We give you that. This is one of the greatest rookie seasons we've seen of all times because of the expectations that was placed on his team. See, a lot of people don't say that because there was no expectations for the Commanders to do any of this. So every week by this kid going out here and proving this, it had a lot of people saying, "Oh, wait, hold on," because Mark, I've been quiet for 20 minutes, bro.
You're right.
I've been quiet for 20 minutes. You can answer when you want to. Right. You call me delusional and all that. I'll let y'all rock out.
I did. I called you delusional.
Outside of you being on R2L and maybe some people on X somewhere, but I'm gonna say you because you specifically called it out. Nobody had the expectations for this team, and that's why every week that he progressed and got better, everyone was like, "Bruh, this kid is actually good." Hold up. Do we miss out on something? Then another game happens. It's like, wait, do you see the poise within this kid? And then a lot of people started going back on their scouting report saying, well, he's been in college for like almost 5 years. So we kind of expect him to do this, but we didn't expect it to look like this. What Cam said earlier, a cast of no names. Like the reason why your season is special, and I told Joe this before he was looking for a coach. I said, Dan Quinn is the perfect coach for what you're trying to do in DC. Mm-hmm. Joe was like, I don't really know, Tomo. And I was like, Joe, Dan Quinn is the ultimate players coach. Mm-hmm. You think why Mike keep talking about him? Why Mike keep talking about him? Because of that, bro.
And that's what
Dan
needs to get
Quinn
a lot of
can relate to these players. You talking about a coach who got kicked out, not just Dan Quinn. Mm-hmm. Cliff Kingsbury was on the same track. Remember, they kicked him out the league. He had to go back to college. So this whole season for y'all has been a prove it year. And that's why no one expected you to be here. And that's why it's special. And that's also why I've been trying to let all the Commander fans have a moment. So I'm like, bro, this is not supposed to be what it's supposed to be, and it's happening. So I'm happy for y'all. Do y'all thing. And I want to say one more thing. I'm not delusional, but stop calling me when y'all win. I don't care. I want y'all to be happy, but don't call me and talk about the Cowboys. I'm cool.
Right. Now, to Tomo's defense, when they let Dan Quinn go, Tomo was like, y'all got one. He's one of those Cowboy fans that can obviously see the team and what they're doing, and they're making some decisions that don't need to be made. We had to talk about it a while back, and he's like, man, y'all got a good one. So Tomo is one of those Cowboy fans that got some sense, but the other Cowboy fans, Lord.
Yeah,
I never refuted that part. I remember him talking about it in the chat. I don't refute that Dan Quinn part and everything like that. I don't really refute anything you're saying. We're not supposed to be here. You're right. We're playing with house money. But every Commander season, we always talk about how good we're supposed to be, or the goals that we have, or what we want to go to the playoffs or whatever every year. And every year it's the same issue. We don't have a quarterback. Every single year, the quarterback get injured the first game. We're playing with a backup quarterback. We've been playing with a backup quarterback probably the last 10 years. I don't think we had a quarterback that started from week 1 all the way to week 16. Did Sam Howell do that? I don't even know if Sam Howell did that. I don't think he was a starter when he came in. He wasn't the bona fide starter. Somebody got injured, and he had to come in. Every year, it's the same issue. It was Carson Wentz, yeah. It was Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was.
So every year, it's like, oh, yeah. I mean, we see every year the issues. Oh, man, if we just had somebody that could just throw the ball to this guy, we'll win the game. If we had somebody that can throw the ball, or somebody that can just orchestrate the offense or don't take dumb stuff. We believed in Taylor Heineke because he was trying. He really was. We believed in Taylor Heineke. But we ain't believe he was a starter. He was the answer to the problem. But I'm just saying, we had the team. We just need the quarterback to lead them. That's all we've been saying every year. Now that we got the quarterback to lead the team, we in the NFC Championship. And I'm not saying that and my whole thing with Dave wasn't that, we're not supposed to be here, we're playing with house money. It was just that we got a system where we got to wait a couple years to see if you're top 5. But what I'm saying is we've never seen this one like this before. In this type of fashion, we have.
I can agree.
That's what I'm saying. We should consider it versus, just because if he wins the Super Bowl, outside of Mahomes or Brady, who won it? Nobody in the NFL right now. None of the best quarterbacks even did that. So you're not going to put him up there after winning the biggest game that, as every football player, that's your dream to hold the Lombardi trophy. Now you can't be there because he's only there for 1 year. Don't that show how great you are if you do it in 1 year? So shouldn't that change the rules? That was my whole thing.
I think the point. I'll just add to Mark.
That was my whole thing.
All I'll add to what Mark is saying for 2 seconds is when you are great, you do change the rules. That's the one thing that that one element. When you are great, like LeBron don't shoot enough. He's passed too much. When you are great, you come in a different way. You change the rules. That's what Lamar's trying to do. That's what JD Fowler's trying to do. And I'll just say to Mark, if he does win the championship, where did we put him at? First year coming to the league and really taking a team that it's not supposed to be there. Where do we put him in greatness? That's all I'm saying. I don't know where we put him at, but we got to consider where we put this man at.
That's my whole point.
So Dave, I got you on this one. And I listened to words because Joe said this, and he was like, going into next season, can we put him in the top 5? If he wins the Super Bowl, you got it going into next season. You got to put him in the top 5. But
I think they're misunderstanding.
Right now.
I'm saying top 5 overall.
Yeah.
When I hear top 5, I'm thinking top 5 overall.
Okay.
Not going into next season, not because of what happened this season. Overall.
That makes sense.
But when you judging players, you go off their whole career, or you gonna go off the last 3 to 4?
If I'm putting them top 5, I'm talking about what they've done in the last 3 or 4 years. Has he played 3 or 4 years in the NFL yet? No.
Yeah. I'm a Dak fan. I was a Dak fan.
When I say you, I'm more so talking to the listeners. Because everybody kills Dak, but when they look at the numbers, if I put up Dak numbers and you didn't see the name, you would be like, oh man, that's a good quarterback.
Sure.
Exactly. It's just he couldn't do it in the big game. Dak, Lamar, same thing. It's nothing. Really...
at the end of the day, that's the one thing I can't take away. And me watching that Lions game, because I didn't really have too much to say about the recap of the game, but me watching that Lions game, I sat there and had to have a moment. And y'all could clip this up. I was like, Dak had a better defense, and I don't think they would have did what they did. I don't think he would have put up them numbers like that because the opportunities that you all been getting in some of these games, I watched Dak have a moment like that against the 49ers, and they lost.
And he choked it.
The defense actually.
Let me understand what you mean by that, Tomo. I want to make sure I understand.
Last year, the Cowboys were winning games, right? And they were saying the Cowboys beat up on bad teams, and because they lead the league in turnovers, they can't win games without getting turnovers. I'm sitting back and I'm watching majority of the Commanders games, and I'm like, well, majority of these games is happening because the team is doing something. The other team that is better than them is doing something that's out of their character. Go back to the Bucs game. The momentum shifted when Baker did what? Fumbled the ball. You all recovered the fumble and did what? Because JD got the ball, he got the opportunity, he seized the moment. You won that one. You go to the Lions game, you looking at it and you like, well, the Lions have a better team. And Cam, you said it, they looking like they putting up NCAA numbers. What Goff doing? Turning the ball over at a rapid rate. And every time y'all got the ball, what did you do, Mark? You scored. So the opportunities are there and you're seizing the moment on it. But I had to ask this question because people always say that. What are you going to do when the team doesn't turn the ball over and now you have to go score? I want to see that moment.
And I think your point is a valid point. And what I hear you talking about is the opportunity. Every team basically goes through these ebbs and flows. And what we recognize is, a team gets out there and another team does something uncharacteristic, Washington's capitalize. What happens when the other team doesn't make these mistakes? It's almost something Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until you get hit in the mouth. And that's what JD5 has been doing. He's been hitting Bama's right on the chin. And so when you recognize that the Lions are doing things that are uncharacteristic, it's because they're getting pressure. And pressure either makes diamonds or it bursts pipes. And that's what we recognize with JD5. JD5 is a diamond. And what ends up happening for the other team is pressure's busting these pipes for them. And that's all I have to say. When we're looking at golf, he sat back and he was able to go mano a mano for a second. He said his young brother ain't going to stop. He said this young dude is not going to stop scoring. So what did he start doing? Throwing picks. When the Lions defense couldn't get him in the second half, I told my buddies they're about to start being undisciplined. What they do, roughing the passer. You got jokers coming off the strong side, jumping up in the air, pushing out of bounds, all sorts of things. Because JD5 is so electrifying, and he's also a dynamic game manager. He's not trying to make the big play because he's waiting, he's patient, and he's been preparing for these types of moments. And so, to your point, Tomo, those moments I believe will continually happen as long as JD5 can play to the level that he's playing. You recognize the Eagles also do some uncharacteristic things if JD5 can be as great as we've seen him be. I'll say this. The one thing that will be the variable for the Eagles is if they run the ball like madmen. If they can run the ball like madmen, it's going to be a challenging game. But if they put the ball, in my opinion, in Jalen Hurts' hands and go mano a mano with Jaden Daniels, we're going to blow them out.
Because all we got to do is stop the quick slant. Tomo,
Wait. Hey, look. I'm with you on the Eagles bashing session, but we got another show that's coming up at 9. So this conversation been great. Hey, Ken, we definitely gotta have you back on because this was great. Y'all done got Dave in his bag now. This is how I know this conversation was good.
He's Googling stuff right now. Dave ready. You can go to the chat with it. I'm ready.
All I'm saying is I had to. I was here to give praise until I heard a few things. I was like, all right, they going a little too far now.
You got to ruffle some feathers.
I just couldn't allow it because I was gonna let it be peaceful. I was gonna let y'all have y'all moment because this, like I said, it's been a while. It's been since 1991 since I got here, so I get it. Yeah, and y'all got my guy Adam Peters over there who came from San Francisco. So thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. We gave you Adam Peters, so you're welcome. You got to the position because he got all the players that you needed.
I supplied the defense.
You right. I supply some players as well. So you know.
We supplied the other teams in the championship. The Bills got Curtis Samuel. The Eagles got Jahan Dotson. I mean,
Mark.
I'm just saying. It's just like when the Wizards go to a team, they win a championship.
I'm not upset that y'all gave us. I'm not upset that y'all gave us a Rams on Bugatti. Y'all gave us some rims on the Bugatti. We're Bugatti. You guys gave us some rims. I appreciate it. We got some rims. We got nice exhaust. We got some nice paint. We appreciate that. See, I appreciate it, Dave. I know you got to go. I appreciate the love, man.
You know what, Cam? You something else, man. You something else, man. You my boy, though. That's all I.
Much love, man. I had to come and start some trouble.
He said that went too
far. I had to come and start some trouble.
But we gotta get out of here with you. So Cam, just give us your last words, man. Let the people know where they can find you, or definitely gotta come back.
Man. Daniel's in the Lions Den. He stayed humble, stayed focused, man, and everything around him it ceased, man. So everybody, you're going through challenges, you're going through issues, stay humble, stay focused on God and continue to follow the path. And I'm sure that the things around you that seem like lions, their mouths will be shut eventually. See how at the top because the bottom too crowded. Hey,
thank you, man. Thank you, Mark.
Bragg just on point. You know what I'm saying? He on point. But nah, man, it's just surreal to be here at this very moment. NFC Championship. First time in my entire life this happened for real, and I paid attention to football. 1 year old, I couldn't do nothing. But this is a dream come true for real. And if they win, you'll see me in DC. I'm gonna be there on the 11th. We're gonna be in a parade on Pennsylvania Avenue. So
sure. Thank y'all for having me, man.
All right, fellas, man. Appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Dave,
appreciate y'all for coming on, man.
All right, man.
I'm not a Commanders hater. Let me just get out of the way.
Mark
called me that earlier this season, so let me get that out the way. I'm not a Commanders hater. I've always said that I root for the home team to be successful.
Not a Commanders hater, just a regular hater. But Nah, I just
Dave, come on, Dave. We gotta
That was
go,
a
Dave.
joke.
We gotta do it.
We gotta go.
Man.
Man,
All right,
appreciate y'all,
y'all.
man.
All right, y'all, man.
Thanks
All right.
again, y'all.
All right. Let's get these last words in, David.
Mark me, glory, dog.
Y'all put
Man,
my on the
we
DNR.
had as much as 30 people watching today, so we appreciate y'all tuning in. We know this is because the Commanders fans came out of the woodworks. We see Cam came out of nowhere, but nah, this is a great show. A great last topic, of course. Tune into Unfazed is coming up next. It's gonna be a great show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go watch David Doghouse last episode, and see y'all on Friday.
Yeah, that ain't that. My last words is, man, look, for anybody that comes on the show and does not like the Dallas Cowboys, this is a natural opportunity to try to attack me because I'm trying to let you have your moment. But if we want to make it a moment, I could take 15 minutes away from what I really want to say about the game and just go back and forth. But again, I'm glad everybody's showing up, man. I'm not mad at it. I told Joe, let's have this run. My last words is for everybody that did tune in, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button because we got way more content coming for you, and make sure y'all subscribe to the other networks as well. And my right hand is down because I ain't no Commanders fan. Let's get out of here.
And my right hand is up because I'm not a Commanders fan. Left hand is down for sure. But see y'all Friday. Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.